board. If whoever wants to start, go for it.
All you, Travis. I'll be a gentleman.
Oh,
thanks, man.
Sweet of you.
That's
so nice.
that's so sweet. Yeah, Coach. Just what's kind of been the last couple days like, kind of getting back into the swing of things after the little hiccup to start everything going on.
It's been interesting, but we always talk to our team about it's all on how you respond. So we've had our little battle with COVID and quarantine for some of us, but they stayed locked in. I mean, I love this group for their energy. I think we were at a really good spot into last week, but we had a coach from Zoom and we had players step up, and it was a great opportunity for them to lead in different ways when players are out, when coaches are out. So it's been interesting. I think you learn from everything and you grow. So it's been good.
And just kind of how ready do you feel like everyone is to finally get back on the court and get this thing underway?
Oh, they're ready. I think all of us are ready to just compete. It's like in preseason when you're like 2 to 3 weeks in and you're like, okay, we want to play someone other than ourselves. Yeah, I think we're reaching that point. It's been good for us to be able to train longer and get some people in certain roles. But now I think we're just ready to play.
When you have those,
Does it make?
All you, Tyler. All you.
Sorry, I just want to know: does it make the fall season, I guess, that much more? I don't know if important's the right word, but the fact that you guys still haven't started the spring season, I guess. The fact that you even got to play fall, does it make it that much more, special that you got those matches in?
Yeah, I think everything was a great opportunity for us. And we knew that in the fall. Like, we can't take this for granted that we have this in our back pocket come spring, but we kind of knew this could be the case. Like it could have been the case in the fall because you never really know. And I think that's the whole thing about this season. You have to be taking advantage of every opportunity because you don't know what the next day, what the next week holds. With both teams, you know what I mean? Like it could go either way with your opponent. So I think it's just taking advantage of the opportunities. And now that feeling that we get to play is very genuine.
Is game planning just different now? You've had 2 different opponents that you thought you were going to start this season with. Now it's, supposedly South Carolina. What is that like, just game planning week in, week?
Luckily the matches are spread out week by week. So you're going to still have that same time frame that you prepare, but it's like who's in the gym, who might they have. So you kind of watch their matches and see what their tendencies are. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's again, how you respond and how you can adapt and adjust once you're there live in the match.
With those 2 extra weeks off, Coach, first off, could you practice during those weeks, or was it pretty much the whole program shuts down?
There were people in the gym. I think there was like a day or two because we still had our days off. It's still like laid out how we would, but there were people in the gym. Even there might have been 2 days where we were shut down.
So with that in mind, were you able to tinker with lineups maybe a little bit and see some combinations you wouldn't have typically been able to see because of people just not being there?
For sure. And that's what we talked about in the fall. Like there could be, you need to be ready no matter what. We are trying to get something more stable so they feel good. So we've been trying to get into some rotation work more consistently just so people can fill out and fill those roles. But I like your word tinkering. Tinkering's a great word. That's good. We'll keep tinkering.
You have my full permission. I don't know if I own that word, but now Aggie Volleyball can completely take that word.
Hashtag tinkering,
Yeah.
Hashtag we are tinkering.
And then I guess my only other question, Coach, when you have these 2 extra weeks off, I know you guys have been itching to get back on the court and play. So when this first set comes on Friday, are you almost worried that your team might be too amped or too hyped to get back on the court?
Our game is Wednesday, Thursday.
We're playing
Oh, sorry.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Apologize.
Sorry.
Will you guys be too hyped, possibly?
I don't think they'll be too hype. Hopefully they're more locked in. I think this group is ready to play. You know what I mean? So the energy, that's what's good about volleyball, the momentum and the energy, you have to control that. And that's something they train daily. So I think it's just going to be good to be out and playing against an opponent, whether we're home or on the road. I think they're excited to get back into competition. So it'll be good.
I'd like to issue a formal apology. I was looking at the Kentucky Friday, Saturday schedule. I'm so sorry to everyone on the Zoom. I will be better next week, I promise.
All good, all good. We were just excited to get back on media Zoom.
Hey, Coach. One more. When you talk a lot about getting ready to play, and these kids want to get out and play, how much of that also is a carryover from kind of how the fall segment ended, and kind of just wanting to get that bad taste out of your mouth, and being able to have that opportunity to kind of right that wrong in a weird season?
I mean, we've acknowledged it, but I think this group, it was kind of like a clean slate. We got a whole preseason. Our lineup is probably looking a little different now. So I think they're kind of past that. And now it's where are we building from this new season on? Like you have to be, as an athlete, we always talk about being resilient. It's next play, next ball. So I think it's more where we're at now and building from the preseason work that we just put in.
Well, and that's a pretty unique position for y'all to be in as a coaching staff too, because of, like I said, this weird season. How much of that has been a tool to be able to say, like, hey, it's the same season, but like also we're starting over?
Yeah, I mean, it's very beneficial for us and the ability to have a preseason in the middle of a season. Like it was choppy. Obviously, it's not ideal to take a month off and then come back. But I think, again, when you're training athletes to control their minds and their mindsets and kind of lock in, what better way than to get back in the gym and train, focus on you as a team and as individuals, and then get back into competition. I mean, it's kind of cool when you look at it that way.
Thanks, Coach.